father has died protecting his teenage daughter from her boyfriend who was abusive.
A Concord father is dead and his teenage daughter is in the hospital after a deadly domestic shooting. Police say the man was trying to protect his daughter from her boyfriend when he was shot and killed at a home on Bedlington Drive Northwest. Queen City News anchor Will Lewis spoke to a neighbor who heard the gunshots.
It was the sound Josh Elmore never expected to hear.
Heard 5 what sounded like gunshots go off. Sounded very muffled, but I did take a peek out the window and didn't see anything.
But officers' arrival just moments later confirmed what Elmore feared.
Immediately started surrounding it, yelling for anybody inside to come out, and then they bust the door down to get in.
Concord police say officers found 47-year-old Lester Jones dead and his 16-year-old daughter with serious injuries. According to the preliminary investigation, the teen victim and 17-year-old Keyshawn Terrell DeGraffenreid were dating and had an argument that escalated. Police say Jones tried to step in and to protect his daughter when DeGraffenreid hit her with a 9mm handgun. That's when Jones was shot and killed.
More than two people's lives were completely ruined by what seems like a just barbaric act of stupidity and violence.
Investigators say DeGraffenreid was caught on a nearby street and faces numerous charges, including 1 count of murder and assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, inflicting serious injury. People going to the home Tuesday declined to say their relation as they waited for a locksmith to open the door. Neighbors say the shooting is eye-opening.
It does kind of give you a rude awakening that in today's society that you just have to vet everyone that comes in and out of your home, and you just don't know anymore.
100%. You have to vet who is coming into your life, especially your family and children's lives. This was an abusive boyfriend, and the father was just trying to protect his child. But then he beat his daughter. The boyfriend beat his girlfriend, the father's daughter, and then killed the father. No regard to life at all. Ran from the scene. It's a tragic situation. Let's keep going.
In Concord, Will Lewis, Queen City News.
Let's go over to the next video and see what else we can find out.
Tonight, a teen is remaining in jail after police say he shot his girlfriend's father. Just hours ago, a judge denied bond to 17-year-old Keyshawn DeGraffenreid after he appeared in court today. And Concord police say that he shot and killed 47-year-old Lester Jones as Jones was trying to protect his daughter from DeGraffenreid. WCNC Charlotte's Miles Harris is joining us live in the Highland Creek neighborhood. Miles, you spoke with neighbors today. They must be stunned.
Absolutely, they're calling Vanessa. I mean, you really put the word there. These neighbors here, they are stunned after waking up here early Monday morning and seeing police tape on this street, a street that they describe as peaceful. Now, what investigators and what police say happened inside one of these homes has left this community asking serious questions and a 17-year-old facing a murder charge.
It was about 12:15 at night. We were just about to doze off, and it sounded like very muffled, but it did sound like 4 or 5 gunshots.
Just after midnight Monday, Concord officers were called to a home on Bedlington Drive Northwest for a reported assault. Now, police say that 17-year-old Keyshawn DeGraffenreid and a 16-year-old girl were dating and had gotten into an argument. Now, according to an arrest warrant, DeGraffenreid punched the girl in the face at her home. And when her father, 47-year-old Lester Jones, came downstairs to confront DeGraffenreid, police say that DeGraffenreid shot and killed him. And the teenage girl was also shot and rushed to the hospital.
It's just heartbreaking. Her dad died a hero in a lot of ways. I mean, I'm a father myself. He did the ultimate sacrifice that all fathers have promised to do when we have kids. And he did that protecting her. And it's just horrific that lives were ruined.
DeGraffenreid is now facing several charges, including first-degree murder and domestic violence. And neighbors like George Wallace say beyond the grief, they're struggling to understand how a 17-year-old had access to a firearm in the first place.
What is a 17-year-old doing with a gun? That's the number one thing. And why wasn't the gun secure? Those are the questions I ask myself.
We ask these questions all the time. How are these young children getting a hold of guns? And we never be able to find the answer. It's so easy for them to get a hold of one. And then some of these, it's not even for protection most of the time. It's literally only because they want to show that they are tough and that they control the situation. Now, how many of y'all think that this was the first time he hit that girl? Not me. And he hit her, and I'm assuming this is the first time the father actually saw this. He came down, confronted him like the father would. And then you got this 17-year-old, we got to call him how he is, thug, who shot him. All because he tried to protect his young daughter. Now we got to say, how do you think the daughter is feeling right now? Because I am almost positive that this wasn't the first time. But the question is, we try to teach our children to, if you're in an abusive relationship or if somebody puts their hands on you, leave, but they don't. And then something like this happens. The world's a crazy place, y'all. Let's keep going.
Colin and Vanessa, now DeGraffin Reed, he was actually in court today where he saw a judge and was denied bond for two reasons. One, citing the severity of this case and the fact that he was a runaway when this shooting occurred. Now, he is also ordered to have no contact with the surviving victim, and he will be prosecuted as an adult. Now, guys, we will have more on this incident tonight at 6 o'clock, but for now, reporting live here in the Highland Creek neighborhood, I'm Miles Harris, WSCNC Charlotte.
Really tough.
Yeah, good. He needs to be charged as an adult. Let's get over into one more video.
17-year-old kid played a stupid game and decided to use violence.
A 17-year-old will remain locked up on a charge of murder. The victim, police say, was a father who was trying to protect his teenage daughter from her boyfriend. Thanks for joining us live at 5. I'm Siobhan Bryan.
I'm Daryl Green, and for John Carter tonight. WBTV's Katie Salt is live in Concord tonight. She spoke with neighbors today, and Katie, this is really a heartbreaking situation.
It really is, and neighbors tell me they are still shocked at the violence that unfolded just a few doors down. They say the victim will be remembered as a loving father who died just trying to keep his family safe.
A father made the ultimate sacrifice for his daughter to protect her, and a 17-year-old kid played a stupid game and decided to use violence.
A sacrifice that has shaken neighbors on Bedlington Drive Northwest in Concord.
Something like that is so close to home. That's so disappointing. I'm not sure, I have lost words for anything else.
Concord police say early Monday morning, Keyshawn DeGraffin Reed and his 16-year-old girlfriend were fighting, and it got physical. Officers say the girl's father, Lester Jones, tried to step in and protect her, which is when they say DeGraffin Reed shot the girl and Jones before running away.
Somebody, like you said, somebody who you trusted and somebody who, you had a relationship with, just kind of putting you in that predicament it's crazy and it's sad.
DeGraffin Reed now faces several charges, including murder, assault with a deadly weapon, and domestic violence. Neighbors left wondering why this had to happen.
A 17-year-old is still a child. He shouldn't have a gun. Why would he have a gun? And that's scary because 17 years old, he may not be able to kind of think his way through, and he may get upset, and that sort of thing can happen with violence.
I do not like when people do that. One, because I feel like at a certain age, even if you're, let's say 14 years old, you know what gets you thrown in jail and what doesn't. Yes, you can't control your emotions, but there's only a few people who will snap so much to where you're actually killing someone. Now you snap and swing at somebody, that's different. But to go all the way to actually killing someone, you are already on the wrong path. At least that's my thoughts. But let's finish up this video.
His father cared. He clearly did, because he gave his life up, and we all should have that level of care for our children.
And a judge denied DeGraffin Reed's bond this morning.
So yes, he denied the bond. Let's go over to the AI breakdown just to see if we find anything else that we missed. But overall, this is a tragic scene. So we got Keshawn, 17, of Concord, North Carolina, has been arrested and charged with as an adult after the alleged shooting of his 16-year-old girlfriend and killing her 47-year-old father, Lester Earl Jones. The shooting occurred at 12:30 a.m. on Monday, June 1st, 2026. Now, my first question is, they said he was a runaway. So was he staying at their house? Did they like him so much that they let him stay at the house? 12:30 a.m.? Why is my 16-year-old daughter with someone at 12:30 a.m.? Maybe that's some old school thinking, but okay. So according to the police department, he got into a physical argument with his girlfriend and punched her in the face. The father then came down, tried to intervene. He then allegedly fired multiple rounds from a 9mm handgun, striking both the father and the daughter. Judge Jones died at the scene. The 16-year-old girl survived the attack, but was rushed to the hospital with serious gunshot wounds. He fled the scene, but was arrested by officers on a nearby street following a brief foot pursuit. He is being charged as an adult, and these are all the charges: first-degree murder, assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to inflict serious injury, misdemeanor crime of domestic violence, resisting police officers, possession of marijuana, and drug paraphernalia. And then, as we know, he was held without bond, and his next court date is supposed to be June 18th. Absolutely craziness. Now, at the end of the day, we gotta be aware of who our children are being with, especially at those young ages where they get distracted by the emotions and don't think clearly. We gotta also make sure that we preach into our children that if someone puts their hands on you, male or female, we gotta tell them both, male or female, then you should not be in a relationship with them. I am a big advocate of there is no need for any kind of physical, even if it's because we get away from where women end up hitting men. We got to get away from that. Any kind of violence against your partner is not warranted and shouldn't be allowed. And you most likely shouldn't be with that person. But this is a crazy situation, y'all. But let me know your thoughts. We will keep up with this. Hopefully, I am positive that he will get a good sentence. But, we will, if he gets something less that seems unfair, we'll talk about it.